Yes, we are live, guys. We are live, and good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon from South Africa. Thank you for joining today's live stream. My name is Olivia, and I am a Nigerian who lives here in South Africa with my family, and I make various content. I'm sure you will like it on this channel. I have come. So if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please do well to hit on the subscribe button. It's just free. It's a click away from you. And when you do hit on the bell sign, that's where you'll be notified of our subsequent videos, okay? And so all my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hi, Asifot. Thank you so much. I appreciate your coming here today. Thank you. And yeah, hi everyone. Hi Liso. Liso, how are you? Oh my god, okay, sorry. I just wanted to make sure we are live. Thank you for joining, Liso. Thank you everyone. So please give the live stream a thumbs up, guys, okay? Okay, guys, thank you everyone for joining. I hope everyone is well. If you're in South Africa, how are you? Where are you? Just tell me where you're where you're joining from, and if you're not in South Africa. Hi, Sabza. Yes, I'll share the link just now. Hi, Sabza. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. Okay, let me share the link. And the link is for invites and yeah, copy. Hi, Grace. Thank you for joining. Hope everyone is good. Hi, Melusi. Thank you for joining. How are you? Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, everyone. Welcome, everyone. And thank you, everyone, for joining. Okay. Please, as you join, give the video a thumbs up so that it will be more visible for others to see. And hi, Lungani. Thank you so much, Lungani. I look like Nicki Minaj, right? I just wanted to, Thank you, Lungani. It's been a while, Lungani. How are you doing? Thank you, everyone, for joining, guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Sabza, for joining. Sabza, did you see the link? Sabza has been of great help. We have done, not we, okay, I have on my pad, but Sabza, first of all, did research on this particular topic that we're about to discuss today, and he sent me some materials to look through. Then I also tried and surfed the net as much as I could to also see what I could find. So it's a collective effort, guys. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sabza. So give this video a thumbs up. Lisa said the hair game is top. Thank you so much. Okay, so in today's video, if you guys remembered, I don't know how many of you that was here a few live streams ago, like 3 or 4 live streams ago, we had something to discuss. It was African Queen that was talking at the time. I think we were talking about Nigerians should be more humble and all that. Okay, so yeah, people we are just giving their opinions about that particular topic. Then African Queen, I don't know. I hope African Queen joins today. I don't know if she saw the notification. I don't know how to contact her. I would have contacted her to join. So she also came to the live, and she also was sharing her opinion. Then I think at the point where she was saying yes, that she doesn't like when people are not humble, especially Nigerians. Then they rub it in. I'm just trying to quote her. Then they rub it in as though they are the only one that has. Okay, Sabza is here. Let me join at Sabza. Hi, Sabza. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all your efforts with this research. Can you hear us, Sabza? Are you freezing?
Yes, hi. I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
thank you so. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Thank you so much for joining. Okay,
Okay.
so I was just trying to give kind of a background story as to why we decided to talk about this topic. So African Queen was now talking about, oh, okay, that then she brought about the fact that, oh, hi, African Queen is here. Good, African Queen, thank you so much for joining. African Queen say, I'm here. Thank you for joining. I'm sure you please join us on the stage if you can, if you're free. Okay. So she now talked about that. I think at the point where African Queen said, "Oh, okay, so Nigerians have 160, 130, or 50 something." I wrote it down, 150 something fake doctors. Then everybody was now like, we've not heard that before. Then we decided to, though that the emotions came up and down, but we decided to just say, okay, let's just calm down and go do research on this topic and come back. Okay. Beauty was also on the live stream that day. So yeah, that is why we are here today. And Sabza, are you here? Can you please take over for now? I want to send Beauty the link.
Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, hi everyone. Thank you for being part of this conversation. Maybe let me start by unpacking this matter by saying this. You know, I gave myself an ample of time to think about this subject,
Mm,
and I came to a point to realize that, when if we're going to explore this issue, ignorantly or blindly, and being naive, maybe it will not serve a purpose, except that it will demoralize our spirit and discourage others to partake and participate in the discussion,
exactly.
and maybe lose interest to join the platform in of which we wouldn't promote this. We still want to have contributions from the great minds near and afar, just like we are joined by some even as far as Nigeria. I'm just here thinking of Ola, to Niger and more, whom might be interested to join us in the future. So we really need their input if we want to effect change in our society. So, what value do we get from this? That is what I've been struggling to think about this, to digest it. That's what we must ask ourselves. What value do we get from this? Now, in my little research, I did find out that yes, there are records of cases about fraudulent, bogus doctors or the fake doctors, and even nurses as well. In some instances, I didn't know. So, although the cases of nurses are very few, however, there are no specifications of the direction of the trend. Here I mean, example, the Nigeria or other nations. And I've searched deeper to try to get more information about the involvement of the Nigerians in particular, hoping to uncover the truth. Unfortunately, or maybe let's just say fortunately, there is minimum records of their involvement in the larger scale. And I repeat, in a larger scale as it was thought of. Therefore, I concluded that no, crime is crime, and it has no nationality or race or gender. It has no boundaries anyway. Crime is crime. So people are involved in different facets and different backgrounds. So I think it is pointless for us to narrowly discuss this. I rather suggest that we look at it in a way that we all live here, being aware of, like having the knowledge that when did this thing started to spread and what caused it, and how to curb the spread of it further in the future. So some of us were not really aware how deep it is, since African Queen brought this, into the table. Just like we really aware how deep it is, the issue of identity theft and home affairs corruption, until, for an example, Chidima became a focal point, and thanks to her, she indirectly helped us. But can we start to push a narrative that people who are involved in this is the particular type of people? No, because many are involved from all walks of life, you know, and and including the accomplice, which is the corrupt officials in the department. So it takes two to tangle. In this case, you have a perpetrator and a collaborator. They should be reprimanded both if steps are taken. So according to the SA stats, I just want to start there. According to the SA stats, the South African statistics about unemployment rate, it is high in South Africa. We all are aware of that. Not only for ordinary people, as we generally know, but this is also applicable to the professionals in South Africa. Many graduates are piling up each year and add numbers to the statistics. So this include all fields. I'm talking here of the human resource, the teachers, engineers, scientists, including doctors and nurses as well, and many more. So the unemployment rate among graduates with tertiary education is substantially lower than among those non-graduate tertiary qualifications. You have the diplomas and the certificates and the matrics. But the latter group, the one that I'm speaking about, the graduate, the employment rate has more than doubled, rising from 11.6% in 2008 to over 20% in 2023. But nevertheless, graduate unemployment has sharply risen from 5.8% in 2008 to almost 12% in 2023. Concern surrounding the employment returns to higher education. So, what makes the medical space being found wanting to fraudsters and to be the major target of corruption of this nature? When people are unemployed, they can do anything to survive. When you think of becoming an engineer and hoping to get an easy money, I think it will be a foolish move, because you are likely to work in a formal setting, whereby you will be part of a corporate larger group and be on a payroll. So this is not a field whereby you will have a luxury to exchange cash on a daily basis. So if I was also a froster, I wouldn't opt for the field where cash is involved on a daily basis. I'll be involved. So in short, the medical field, especially being a doctor, is the target based on that assumption. And the reason why many try their luck on is because there's hard cash involved. People will queue for help. It is unlikely that a sick person will have enough time to verify who are you, and are you really a legit doctor? Where is your practice number? And all sort of information required, especially those who are ignorant and uneducated. So these fraudsters, remember, they will not promote medical aid, since this method of payment will not work for them. So now I want to peel off the layers of the information. I just want to unpack it so that we are all on the same page. First,
Okay.
what I've seen, it's because of I have some first-hand experiences in this. The issue of impersonation. Let me just clarify and elaborate that. This can be the case of being deregistered from health council due to certain reasons. I.e., a doctor was involved in fraudulent activities. One of those is related to medical aid fund scheme. I know that for sure. Therefore, once the doctor is no longer operational and disqualified from practice, he resorts in cheating the system by practicing unlawfully, either by himself or practice using another colleague's practice number. Then, when that is followed up, only to find that he has been deregistered from the system, or she, this results to being blacklisted and imprisoned in some cases. So I have a first-hand experience as on this, as I've said before. I have a friend. His brother is one of the group that is currently unemployed in the medical field. He is an operator who practiced due to being involved in medical scheme fraudulent activities. That this thing happened around 1995 to 2000, all over South Africa. Some of the Nigerians were not even arrived yet. So there were so many doctors who were apprehended due to scamming the medical scheme. And the board, after making their own research, they found to be true. So this led to many doctors being deregistered and their practice be put on hold indefinitely, depending on the gravity of the offense, of course. So my friend's brother was one of the culprits. I still feel sorry for him, shame, because he has a family. We've got a wife and children. By then, he had only one option. He had only one option because he managed to build his surgery at home. He invited some colleagues to operate in his property and pay a certain cost come end of the month. But then, few months later, they got an information around his medical aid scheme saga and they distanced themselves from him. Now he is back to square one, you know, no support at all, thanks to his wife, because at least she's doing something just to put bread on the table. So far, I know that incident. This is the first hand experiences I've said, and another two doctors that I remember in my area were caught up into this dilemma. There was another one, an Indian by origin. We were young. We were young by then when this happened. It was around 1980s. The doctor also was practicing without proper channels, not registered on medical council, and he was using a colleague's practice number. I'm not quite sure about that, but as I've checked, he was using. I've asked my friend. I think he's informed about this. So he told me that he was using his colleague's practice number. But this one, he continued to practice even when we knew that he is not eligible to practice. He was very good because many people preferred him, no matter the rumors about him. I myself were also flocking and going to consult to him. So again, he's a doctor, but not having appropriate papers. So you see, there's this group of impersonating. So that is one thing. Now there are issues related to irregularities. So what's happening here? Some of the people posing as medical practitioners are reported that they attended medical schools, but they are not yet employed, which means they are currently belong to the
I'm busy.
Sorry, beauty. Okay, put on.
okay,
And I know
okay.
you have kids. It's fine. Go on.
Okay. They have not gone through regulatory examinations or are employed and under false credentials. Then again, this is not a cut and dry situation, and it cannot be negatively attributed to a particular nation. You see, so now there is another group. These ones are the fake. It's like they are not doctors. They are nobody, or maybe they might have a different profession, but they are not in the field of medicine. So here, many fraudsters in this field have seen an opportunity to make money. Usually, they are in the public or even private hospitals, and they just open a surgery somewhere, especially in rural areas where they know that most of the community's members are uneducated, they are disadvantaged, and they will never question their practice legitimacy. Unlike in the urban areas whereby people may even require to see your practice registration certificate, as the law requires to display it somewhere for everyone to see. So the rising phenomenon of fake doctors is in part driven by the fact that many patients cannot afford expensive private healthcare. And this one it doesn't come from me, it comes from the research. So it has been reported like that. Many, because of they are unable to afford the medical aid care privately, especially, and thus they preyed upon. So these bogus doctors, they preyed upon by them. They offer their services at cheaper rate. So it is not easy to cheat the system when you'll be part of the larger group. Like you are working in a hospital, everyone who's part of the staff is monitored there in a hospital setting, and their status of registration is being checked, including the authenticity of their qualification. So you can't just go there and do the scamming and then come there, you portray yourself as a doctor, because of this will with this will catch you. So nowadays everything is digitized, unlike in the past. I doubt people can take such chances knowing quite very well that the qualification doesn't exist. So now the question is, Maybe that's what I'm asking myself, and we should ask all of us. The question is, what do we do from here, especially that the information is at our
Okay.
disposal.
Okay. Before
I
you
I
go,
I,
sorry,
I
can I interject? Before you go into
yes,
what do we do, let's all share a preliminary information about this. Then we can go to
yes,
what's it called? Like solutions, right? Yeah. When you share,
yes.
let's all share. Then I'll talk. African Queen will talk. Then whoever that wants to share, then we'll look at solutions. But go on. If you
Okay.
still have something.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe someone can contribute from here.
Okay.
Then
All right.
I'll
So
also
let
I'll
me
also contribute.
Okay, let me take it. Okay, like you've spoken well, Sabza. Thank you so much. So, like, I just want to, in case anyone doesn't understand where we are coming from, the bone of contention here was actually the fact that African Queen said that 150 something fake Nigerian doctors were in prison on the show where we had this when this particular issue came up and we objected. And then she also said we should go and do our research, and we did our research. That's why we are here. Okay, so from everything I found out on the internet, I can tell you categorically that we're okay. Generally, I would say that it has been mentioned that 100 across South Africa, 140 140 something, four doctors something have been apprehended. Okay, people posing as either bogus doctors and or fake doctors have been apprehended. That means all over South Africa without a nationality being mentioned. Okay, so this is what Sabza just said. It wasn't an issue of this country, these countries national that are posing as doctors up to 100. Remember, that's where our argument sprung up from. And we are like, I said, I've not heard that before, being that anything that happens regarding the medical sector here in South Africa, because my husband is in that sector, I know that was where I was arguing from on that day. So when I researched, actually, it says from 2020 to 2022 that up to 100 and something has been apprehended. So now the issue is, what are the issues? There are different categories, like Sabza has said. The ones that are called bogus doctors are people that are deregistered. I want to today. My husband just walked in and he said he's going for a CPD point, what they call CPD point, and I'm like, okay, because every now and then, HPCSA asks you to update yourself with different courses on HIV, whatever, anything, different. So you get a CPD point that keeps you registered in the system here in South Africa. Most times, some of the people that are called bogus doctors, in my knowledge, are the people that has been deregistered. Either you defaulted in meeting up with your CPD points, or you have not been properly registered with the HPCSA. Whether, because if you're, no matter, it doesn't matter if you're a migrant or not, you have to be registered with the HPCSA, Health Professional Council of South Africa, before you're able to practice. So there are bases to register, and if you're a foreigner, you need to have your permits, have different criteria before you register. So some foreigners that are classified under the bogus doctor category could be foreigners that have written the HPCSA exam, but they've not been fully properly registered. Then, not that I'm saying this doesn't mean I'm justifying anybody that's trying to cut short or cut corners, but I just want to explain. Okay, so when they have not fully registered, they can go and start practicing under probably a registered doctor. You get my point? So a registered doctor might start employing them here and there. Then it's a crime against, of course, the system of South Africa. Those are the ones. If you're caught and you're not registered, you're a bogus doctor. But now, you being a bogus doctor, it doesn't matter if you're in Nigeria or anywhere or from anywhere, it doesn't mean that you do not. Remember, we were arguing, is it that these people do not possess, like they did not go to medical school? And that's where I want to explain. So these are some of the things I felt I should explain. However, when it comes to bogus doctors, anywhere I saw Nigerians specifically being mentioned was 7 Nigerians. I looked, even the ones, Sabza, the articles he gave me to go through, and the ones I went through myself. when Nigerians were specifically mentioned was 7. However, there were, you can say, oh, one fake Nigerian doctor here, one fake Nigerian doctor here, but the whole 120 something people that are, you know, fake doctors that was categorized in the from the investigation of the HPCSA, we are not mentioned as Nigerians, and they are not Nigerians. They can come, like we just recently heard the case of the young South African loony. Abi, what's his name again? I don't know. What's that his name? I've forgotten. I was going through his case, and he was posing on TikTok as a doctor, okay? And he was apprehended. So the point is that, like Sabza said, it is not nationality specific. And when we want to make it nationality specific, oh, these people, that means you want to discredit a whole nationality for what they are not even, it doesn't come up obvious. I've never, my ear was like, 100 and something Nigerians practicing as fake. So that information is false, very false. I want to put it out here with, he has finally confessed, okay, that he lied, of course. Okay, so that is actually where this particular live stream is coming from. Saying, when we said, we told African Queen we are going to come back and revisit and find out. Of course, if such a thing happened, I'll come here and say, oh, okay, see what we found. Oh. But we have gone through everywhere, and we did not see such thing that 140 something Nigerian doctors were practicing at fake. Obviously, HPCSA were apprehending both bogus doctors and everywhere, all over South Africa. And they did not specify, oh, are these people whites? Are these people blacks? Are these Indians? Are these which nationality? They said from their investigations, they found out that people, irregularities, fake, bogus, were 130 something. So that's one I want to say. Yeah, and you can say something, African Queen. What if you have anything to say? Of course, you have something to say. Pick it up from here then.
Hi
Hi,
guys,
African
how are
Queen.
you?
Fine, thank
I'm
you. Thank you
good.
so much
I'm
for
good.
joining.
I just want to start, Jay, by correcting few things. I don't know whether we can all cast our mind back on what was the topic on that particular day, and then
Yes, I remember what the topic was.
on on my submission, I was like, yes, we normally hear people who are defending this and will end up refusing to accept the problem that we are facing and telling us about, yeah, South Africa, we've got doctors that comes from our country who are contributing so much. That's when I said, even though we have doctors, but they are also fake doctors, since we are having the problem of the criminality. That's where this statement came from. And to say most of the doctors that are doing this are the doctors who are deregistered, I would like to differ with you guys,
Well,
because
that's no, African Queen. Sorry, I have to interject with you because that day I said, African Queen, did you say Nigerian 100? I played it again today. If you want, I can play it again. Where you said, yeah, you said yes. Then I said, no, no, I don't believe you. Then I categorically told you, no, I do not believe that. Then we began to, everybody began to argue. Then we, Sabza suggested that we go and do research and come back. Because if it was just that you said, oh, of course they are fake, some people are fake doctors, nobody would, but you said that, yeah, Nigerians, they pose themselves as priding themselves as that they have doctors. Meanwhile, they have up to 140 something fake doctors in prison. That was what you said. Maybe you
no.
don't remember, but I played
If
that
I
video.
remember well, when I was doing my submission, I mentioned that yes, as much as they pride that they are having a lot of good things that are happening here, and most of the time they mention that they have provided us, or we have doctors, which is great, but we have also fake doctors. And there is 140, I think it was 167 or 162 that I've quoted. And I didn't mention which year. Because if you can cast,
No,
you can.
so are you also, are you alluding the fact that, are you trying to reconfirm the fact that you said that we are 140 something Nigerian doctors?
Not only Nigerians. I said
No, this,
160 something, not 40.
so
I think
even when you're making this statement, and when you were making this statement, you are making a statement based on Nigerians and foreigners, right?
yes,
Okay.
because
So
that's what was the topic.
yes, yeah, that was the point. That then you
Yes.
began to say this. So I feel it was a statement that was inappropriate at that time, because remember, it's not, when the HPCSA said 130 something fake doctors, there was no place they said it's migrants. So when you're talking about migrants and bringing in that they are migrant fake doctors, then you're trying to discredit migrants, and because you trying to allude to the fact that no, these are migrants are the fake doctors. Yeah, that was what you said. And one thing I'm big on is, when I make a mistake, I'm very humble enough to say, oh, I got it wrong, I'm sorry, that wasn't, or I didn't mean to say it that way. That's what I expected you to say at this point, because it's a wrong information. It's a very wrong information that you gave, that people can just run with and say, oh, okay, oh, these people have up to 100 and fake, and it's false. It's not supposed to be so. So go on, if you, yeah, that's what I
So
think.
it means you guys understood it that way, because I remember even on your defense, you were critical on saying how impossible it is for a person who claims to be a doctor and all to find out that person is not qualified. And then that's when we decided to park it there, so that when we have time, and then we can discuss about it. But truly speaking, there is the people whom because I remember, I can't remember whether it was 2023. Yeah, the Minister of Health, Joe Butler, announced that 2020 last year or 2022, because this thing became so ripe during COVID and after COVID. That's when we saw the rise of these fake doctors that are appearing. And I think even what we are talking about, there's 7 doctors, Nigerian doctors. If you are referring to the incident, you must remember that there is an incident that involved Nigerian, where there was one doctor who was there were 3, in fact, Nigerian doctors who were working in a certain hospital, but they had these fake unqualified, they don't even have any qualifications, Nigerians, that they were opening surgeries for them, and then they will use their own certificate to operate in those hospitals. Even Sabza, when you say we need to check whether the medical certificate is there, medical certificate, any patient cannot confirm whether that medical certificate is genuine or not, because what is happening here, they've got this syndicate, because it was even announced, this syndicate where one doctor.
Okay, African Queen, can you hold on? Let me play that video where what you said, so you hear what you said.
It's for the Nigerian, because they don't become inclusive with the people of the land. They exclude themselves, and they want to even, because I remember there was a meeting that took place where Nigerians were that are here in South Africa, doing a proposal that Joburg, Sunnyside, or Kempton Park needs to be named Nigeria. What's that? And then they even
what was that? What was that?
Sorry?
I mean, what was that? That's funny. How can they do that?
If possible, I'll get that video and then I'll send it to you. And then there's a meeting that took place, remember, after our elections, when there was a meeting with the Nigerians, with all these things that are happening here. There were representatives of Nigerians who wanted to meet with the ANC, and then they were proposing that how about if they can have their own political party and participate in voting in South Africa? But that's nonsense. That's why
those are the idle. Those are the idle. Those are the very idle, Nigerians, really, real well-meaning Nigerians, and of course, no the legislation. You can't come and demand that. So those are people that just make videos, I guess, just to trend. Honestly, take it from me, but God.
Exactly. And so those are the things that rub most of the South Africans the wrong way. That's why I even sent a message here on the chat to ask Kidola, when Kidola was saying how you guys were respectfully with all those good norms of human beings. And what we see majority of the Nigerians that are here in South Africa, I don't know what part of Nigeria are they from, because they are showing a different side. And then most of the time, you will even get this idea that, oh, it means South Africans are not educated, because others will tell you, oh no, we've got a lot of doctors, we've got a lot of lectures, we've got 162 doctors and lectures who are fake, who are lingering in South African jails. So what is it?
162 what?
162. You can
Nigerians?
on our state, Nigerians.
Yes.
Did you hear that, or should I?
162 doctors and lectures.
And I said Nigerians, you said yes.
Yes. That 162, it was under doctors and lectures. Rewind it and listen carefully.
I know, doctors and lecturers, you are
Yes.
talking about, but I didn't even see, when we see a case where Nigerians are mentioned in sketches, 7, 1, 2, what made this figure up to 160 something? How did it
That's
get
why
there?
I'm
And
saying to you.
how come we did not see it on the internet anywhere where they, even 50? I mean, this kind of, I don't know. There's
when
no
we
need to
talk,
defend these things.
Olivia,
Okay, go on. You are saying
when
something, yeah.
we speak about people who are operating as a syndicate, do you know the exact amount? Because when you look, even the ones that are out there, that maybe they speak about on the news or at HPCSA or on the government gazette, because you must also refer the government gazette, you'll get the news there. You if you've got time, and then you can calculate them, not to say that only the Nigerians are bogus doctors. We know that field of bogus doctors, it's dominated by the Congolese, the Nigerians, the Zimbabweans.
It's not true. It's not true. I didn't see it anywhere. It wasn't written. It wasn't the researches I saw. Of course, we all have the ability to do research. The researches I saw did not say that the bogus doctors were dominated by Nigerians and Congolese. Let's not
what I'm
misinform
saying
people.
to you.
Let's not misinform the public.
It's not about misinformation. It means maybe
it's misinformation.
When we
And
do
there's no need to
research,
stick
we
with
do
this
it
misinformation.
differently.
If Sabza, please, can you kindly come in on this particular part of the conversation, because he sent me a lot of articles, and both from the government department and everything, and I also went on my own because
which nationality did you pick up there?
Where did you get this? That's the point. Because you refuse to tell us where you got.
No, Olivia, I'm asking you which nationality that it's mostly referred to.
It didn't even say about nationality, if I can say.
So I
it didn't say
saying
nationality.
to you.
Where it mentioned nationality was when they talked about the 7 bogus doctors, which one was a Zambian and 6 were Nigerians.
And then I've got
that's the only place I see nationality.
I will refer you to my articles, because I've got one where it involves the Congolese. There are a lot of bogus doctors that has been nabbed here in South Africa from Congolese. There's also one that I know from Lesotho. And then, as you say,
when you're talking of one, we are not. Remember, the dispute here is not that there are no people committing this crime. That is not the dispute, and we condemn it. I use my platform all the time to condemn it. But roping this whole magnitude of people, 100 and something, is a lot of people that are posing to be professionals that are not professionals, is what is not nice. That's the fact. And you're pushing it towards one particular nationality. That's the point. We are not saying 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, they are not doing it. That is not the argument. The argument is they're up to 100 and something. That means a good number of Nigerian professionals are fake. That's where I did not see any research. Give me this article. Post it here. Let's see it.
I've got
you wanted to say something.
I've got your email address. I will email it through to you, and then let's not use emotions to address this.
It's not about an emotional thing. Nah,
okay. Let me say this. Let me say this, Olivia. I think you need to sit back a little bit and look at the things. Maybe we look at things differently. What I'm talking about here, as a person who's a South African, it's about the illegality that is happening. That was the main topic that we were trying to dissect. And
Yes,
then
that's true.
for me, that was blowing my mind. It's this defensive mechanism when we mention a certain nationality that no, there is wrong that they do. And then we must now, I don't get it. If, for instance, my number that I've mentioned was incorrect, I will try and go back because I haven't been that so much active this week or on the media due to my professional things. But what we need to do is to make sure that when we look at these things, we need to take it. If it doesn't mean that South Africans doesn't have bogus doctors. We've got a lady that has been arrested recently from Tembisa Hospital who was posing as a nurse. We've got Dr. Matthew, who was all over the media during COVID, who did the same thing. We've got doctors even in orange farm, nurses in orange farms.
Exactly. We are saying the same thing at this point now. Okay. So, but where it becomes not nice is when there are no facts that links a particular nationality to this particular crime that allegedly happened, like, that is being committed by maybe everyone, like most nationalities. Then we talk about a certain nationality. Nigerians have been always, labeled drag on all those things, fine. But labeling the doctors fake again, because if you give this 100 and something people that we did not see in paper, that if we accept that this is what actually happens, and it doesn't happen, that means you're terming most of them. That means if you see a Nigerian doctor, you'll be like, oh, this one is fake until proven otherwise. Okay, so me and you, we are saying the same thing in the aspect of, this thing happens. It happens, but roping a particular nationality is what we are disputing. That's the fact. I am not saying it doesn't happen. Like we told you, I've seen a few where they say one here, the other one that they say that he married 2 times within 1 year and all that. Yeah, all those things happen. But saying that 100 and something people are in prison because they are fake is where I did not see, and I'm still not going to agree with that.
We will agree to disagree, but you need to understand that maybe if you get the information of one issue, right now you are mentioning as if it's only 7 bogus doctors from Nigeria.
I didn't say it's 7. I said when they mentioned, I particularly saw the 7 being picked up in different sites. But I'll see 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. And you know that when it comes to Nigeria, if it's actually something that Nigerians do in South African government, in those government gazettes, they will not fail to say 400 and something Nigerian. They will not fail it. They will not fail to say it. But
I think if you can check on the same South African government gazette, there is strictly 7. There was no other nationality where the Nigerian doctors were named, and they were in a hospital. I can't remember the hospital. That's why I say I didn't even do the research, because I'm talking about something that I know. What I can do, if you need that information, I'm not talking about the 7 doctors, bogus doctors, where the Nigerians were involved with the other nationality, but it was only the Nigerian doctors. And then there's also a hospital where they did find them. They don't even have qualifications to be there. That's when the Minister of Health, Joe Patla, even asked, how did they manage to enter the hospital? But we know in South Africa, a lot of things are happening. So I, for one, I'm not protecting anybody. I'm not protecting anything.
I'll be the last person to protect anybody that does anything illegal. But roping people under one very horrible thing is not something that will sit back.
But if they fall under the same category, what are you gonna say? Because if I remember very well, Olivia, you were defending how impossible that it can be. So by communicating with you right now, I can pick up that you are aware that this is happening, because I remember even Beauty did echo what you were saying, that it's impossible.
What I said is it's difficult to find such number of people that say they went to university and they did not go to university. And I still maintain it. It's
There
difficult.
is a lot. Believe you me.
Please, Beauty,
South
what do you
Africa
have to
is
say?
huge.
Other people
and
can say something. Yeah.
it's happening.
Okay. Let's hear from you, Beauty, if your network can allow you now. Chimma, who wants to talk? Hi, Chimma.
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes,
Welcome. You've been scarce. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. I've been busy with work, but thank God. So, you have an interesting topic, and if you check my comment, I was saying that term "fake" seems too bogus. It seems too big for me. You know, when you're saying someone is fake, I'm a makeup artist. I cannot just wake up tomorrow and start posing as a medical doctor. It is impossible. So what I feel like the situation is right now here is that people find it difficult to get this registration done, and just to get their life together and make ends meet, they decide to go work under maybe a doctor who is qualified, maybe assist the doctor and get little money. I feel like that is what's happening here. So, but when it comes to the fact that she's African Queen is saying, I heard the audio you played, and I heard it clearly when you asked her, are you saying all of them are Nigerians? And she said yes. So in this situation right now, maybe she just said it out of emotions, or maybe
No,
she was
she's still insisting. No, she didn't say it
so
out of emotion. She's still insisting that there are 140 something. And I still insist that it's not true. Hence, I do not see it in any government department, any reputable site. I've looked. Even Sabza here, Sabza is very educated. He sent me articles and he did not see as well. And if you watch the opening statements where Sabza took the floor, he mentioned that these things have been happening even before migrants started coming. He's mentioned the people when he was young, people, of course, these things happen everywhere in the world. However, that roping it to a particular nationality is what is not true, that he has not seen any evidence that it's been roped or it's been, mentioned, and when it's mentioned that no nationality is actually attached, which is what African Queen is trying to, do, or trying to say rather. So I'll go on.
okay. For me, African Queen, I would really want you to maybe rephrase, or maybe withdraw that statement, because we've all heard we've all seen the statement, we've seen the articles, and it's not true. So I don't think, I know Olivia very well, and she is somebody who likes working with facts, and she likes doing her things straight. And I feel like most of us are like that. If you're in the media space, you don't want to do something, you don't want to say something out of emotions, or say something when you're not even sure of what you're saying. So um for me particularly, I'm not in support of fake doctors. I'm not, because if you're in Africa, a lot of people have died because of fake medications and stuff. So when you hear topics like this, we all should rally around and make sure these things don't happen. I've seen a lot of things on TikTok when they said people opened fake medical centers, and they were conducting, I don't know if these words are allowed here, abortions. So yeah, if we can eradicate these things, it's going to benefit both the foreigners and South Africans. So rubbing it off of on one particular national or national is very, very wrong. For me, it is wrong. It is wrong to rub it off on Nigerians or Congolese people, when we know that we have them even among South Africans. So yeah, that's my take on the topic, and I just hope we clarify things and move on with what we are saying. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Beauty has not had an opportunity to say something. Hi, Beauty. You can say your
Hi,
take.
hi, Olivia. Hi, everybody. I
Hi.
have
Hi,
nothing much to
Beauty.
say. Hi, African Queen. My address is to African Queen. I was on the live that day when you made, when you made that submission, and quite frankly, you did mention categorically that the said number were Nigerian doctors. We've listened to the tape again just to confirm, and clearly you said it. What I would appreciate, or what I would have expected you to do, is to acknowledge some form of misinformation and apologize. Quite frankly, it doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't sit well with me that we're going on and on about it to the point where you said something like defense mechanism. There's no such thing as defense mechanisms. Nigerians have always been bottom totem where it comes to allegations and things being shoved on them. We are not supposed to now say, okay, for everything that is said, as long as it's bad and you hear Nigerian did that, you'd accept they did that just because they are Nigerians. If researches have come out and we're unable to have anything concrete to label Nigerians, why should anybody want to allow an impression be established? Because remember, we're in a public domain, and I'm telling you, as much as we have 15, 18 people watching us, we have a larger audience out there. Whatever we have to be intentional about what we put out. It's important that we do so. I didn't want to speak much on this because I'm not a medical practitioner. I don't know too much about medicine. But when it comes to what was said and your reaction thereafter, I'm a bit taken aback. I must say that I'm taken aback. This is how I feel, and I have to put it out there. I'm taken aback. We are civil, we're mature, we are cosmopolitan enough to take responsibility where we ought to. If you said something that wasn't quite true and researches are saying otherwise, I mean, everyone, even the host and every other person have established that what's bad is bad. No one should have to practice as in whatever capacity unqualified. It's unacceptable. But where the narrative is tilted towards a certain nationality, then it's a problem. There is a problem. I particularly would want for you to bring the Gazette to counter the claims, that we have on here tonight, this morning, rather. If you have the Gazette, please bring it forward. I don't mind us coming another day to treat this matter, just to be sure, to clear everyone's doubts, because I'm sure certain individuals still do not believe that the entire number that was said on the live the other day are not Nigerians. So as much as you have a Gazette, please bring it forward. Thank you very much.
I think Olivia has
Thank
just
you.
played the
Thank you,
tape.
Beauty.
And when I mentioned that number, I said doctors and lecturers. So that number, it includes doctors and lecturers. And when Olivia asked me, are they Nigerian? I said yes. Because I know that they are Nigerian, as I'm saying right now, that there's Nigerians, there's Congolese, there's Lesotho, and you guys are disputing it. So if that is the case, that's why I said we'll agree to disagree. But this is what I know, this what has been put out there. That's why I said to Olivia, she must drop an email so that I can send her the information that I know to her. And then if maybe she wants us to come back and readdress this if it's necessary, and for you to just concentrate on what, but not correcting or either backing up what you have said on that particular day, it's another issue. Maybe our debating system is totally different. Okay.
Hi, Sabza. What do you have to say?
Like I've said before, the information, just like she has mentioned, African Queen, actually, it's not exactly the old 167 attributed only to the Nigerians, and that is what we are talking about, according to what I see. I don't know, maybe there's something or information somewhere about that, but that number, it includes every nationality. It includes even the South Africans as well, and it's not just only for particular year. It's accumulated accumulative. You know, it's from since 20, they said what, 2020, 2020 up to 2022. East from 2020 up to 2022, which means it's accumulative. But now something that I just want to add up, you know, not really into what African Queen is the issue of, okay, it's the issue of looking at the trend. How did it came about to have so much number, you see? So then I remember, though, in 2020 it was COVID, and remember COVID pushed us to cover ourselves with the masks. Now many took advantage of that if you are covered yourself, no one can see you who I are, so you can't even differentiate between a doctor and a civilian, you know. So these are the things that happened, which is why the number spread and people took advantage, and many opened operations somewhere, and advertise themselves, you know, poise themselves as doctors. Come, patients will help you, I'm a doctor. But you cannot really identify the person that he's a doctor because of he's covered with a mask, you know. So these are the things that, these are the elements to check on, where is it really coming from, what happened, you know. That's my take.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so the point is, African Queen, are you still insisting that they are all Nigerians that we are mentioned? Because I want to get to the root of this one. If you are, okay, let me start from saying that this is my email address. I have it on the description box. It's
Oh yeah,
posted
thanks,
here.
Obi. I saw your email address. I'm
Okay.
just jotting it down.
Yes, yes, please, anyone
Okay.
that has any information, you're welcome to send me. I always respond to my email. I may not respond instantly, but definitely I'll respond. That's one
Sorry,
thing I want.
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry, Olivia. Yes,
yeah.
I just want to say something to African Queen, that if she has information, please, that it will be appropriate that we share, so that we can
Okay.
help each other and help the country, because of we are here in these platforms to make the lives better for everyone, not for the South Africans only,
Absolutely.
but for everyone. So if you have information, please share, ne? Whatever information that you can get, it will assist us going forward. Yes.
Drop your
Okay.
email also, Sabza.
Okay, I will do that. I will do that.
Yeah.
So let's
The,
move to comment. Okay.
before we
Sorry.
move on, Olivia, the other
Mm.
thing that I want to address, it's this thing of saying to have the caliber of doctors who act that way. It's because they are licensed. There's a lady that was online. I don't know whether you said Chimma or Mima, who said it's because those people, their licenses expired and then they
No, there are
moved.
different categories. She's trying to talk to different categories. She's saying that there are, when you talk about fake, that it could be different. I want to, before I say this, nothing justifies, things not being done the right way. However, she's trying to say that some people are not necessarily that they do not have the qualification, right? But they are not yet registered and they still need to find their daily bread, but they've written the exams and they just go and start practicing under a registered doctor that has a practice number. That's what she's trying to say, in case you didn't understand. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah.
Because on the articles, I'll try and get the articles that I'll send through to you, and then you'll be able to pick up that others are not trained at all. In these
See,
other,
when an article, is it an article like a journal article or a government
no,
website?
no, I'm
Because
talking
government website, they do investigations and publish it on their website. When someone writes a research, I mean, people can just write anything on their articles. I just want to put it out there because we need to get it from a reputable government website if government is putting out this information. So yeah, I hope
Government
it's a government
Gazette,
website.
HPCSA.
Okay.
They
Okay, no,
cannot
that's fine.
mention things.
No, yeah,
Yes,
of course, I trust government gazette. I also trust HPCSA
because they
site.
deal with these people every day. So what I was saying is that what they did pick up on these cases, it's not that maybe they have expired licenses, that it happens on others. They'll find that, okay, this one maybe was practicing here, and then they did find some issue with that particular doctor, and they cancel the license, and then that person will continue practicing. There's white lady that they found in Bedford View who did the same thing. She was removed from the role of practicing as a medical doctor, but because the license is cancelled, but she was able to operate on the side. And then the other thing is that others, they do go to training, and all to find out they don't complete the training. Others, they borrow, as I've mentioned, they borrow the practice numbers and decide to operate. And with the syndicates that we are having here in South Africa, which is the reality. Okay.
All right. So, hi, Siri. Thank you for joining.
Hello, Madam Olivia. How are you?
Good. How are you?
No,
Hi,
very well,
Siri.
thank you.
Be quiet.
Good afternoon.
Stop, Siri.
How can I
Ah,
help?
these things. I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah, no, mine was just to say that, I always tune into your, live streams. And, I just wanted to
Thank you
say you
so
must
much.
just, carry on doing this great job that you're doing. You know,
Thank you. I really appreciate you.
yes, you're doing a really, really great job, and, I wish this must not just end here. I think bridges needs to be built, between South Africans and Nigerians. I think, previously, there was so much, damage done, between the two peoples,
I know.
and I think it's very important for us, to start building bridges and start working towards, building relationships, within each other. So, I think you are doing a great job, and yeah,
Thank you
you
so
must
much.
just, carry on keeping the good job.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
No, it's a pleasure.
What do you have to say about, did you join us early enough to
No,
get
I just
what we're
joined the
discussing?
live now. I'm not 100% sure what you guys were talking about, but I'll
Oh,
just
okay.
listen and then
All
contribute a
right.
bit.
Okay, so let me just say something as to what you just said. Just hang in there. The point is that's actually the aim of those live videos. Nigerians and South Africans have had a very strange relationship, and most times those relationships strain furthermore when people put out negative narratives that further stereotypes a certain nationality. I'm just going to speak from Nigerian's point of view because, of course, I'm a Nigerian and I get it from this part of Nigeria. So a South African can also, be getting it from this point. So the reason I'm trying to talk about this issue where me and African Queen, she's my friend here on this platform. We rub minds a lot, but we are arguing a lot on this one. The reason I'm insisting that we do not put out a negative, narrative, because it further strains this relationship that we're actually meant to be building between these two countries. Because if an average South African is seeing an average Nigerian medical doctor as oh, you're fake until proven otherwise, do I even know if you're fake or not? It's a very, very wrong narrative to put out, because my own husband is a medical doctor and I know how tirelessly I don't know how many times I see my husband in a week. Not to say that somebody will say, oh, somebody mentioned the other day that, oh, he's being paid now. Of course he's being paid, but I'm not trying to be emotional, but the work he's doing, just because of his passion, of course, that's his career, and because he's also trying to do his job. I was literally one day, I had a gas explosion here. You know what he told me? I told him, come, he was at work. He's told me, I can't leave my job, oh. I can't leave I swore an oath. That's what he told me. I said, I told him in my language, if I hear this thing you're saying, my life, I'm trying to tell you how passionate, these people are. So putting out a narrative that would discredit someone, that will discredit a number of them. It's a narrative that I'm passionate about, that such narrative will not happen, and that's what I'm fighting. That's actually why I'm discussing this, because I'm not disputing the fact that, of course, there are people doing illegal things here and there, but Nigerians already have this stereotype already with drugs. If we now want to form more stereotype against our medical practitioners, it doesn't sit well with us. Because Nigerian doctors do not only, very little Nigerian doctors practice here in South Africa. A lot practice in Europe, a lot practice in America, a lot practice in Canada, a lot. So if you're talking about that, that means you're also going to rub in those ones out, So that's my point exactly. We are here to build each other. We are not here to pull each other down. We all have resentment. We all have, issues here and there. Nigerians have issues with South Africa. South Africans, of course, have a lot with Nigerians. But let's be careful enough not to further damage people, innocent people. I have friends. I have my 3 friends that are doing their specialty as females. In one in George Mukari, one in different hospitals. Ladies now, they are doing their specialty. If they, after practicing, suffering because they are just Nigerians, they speak, one can say this one is fake. That's not fair. So that's why I don't want to be part. I don't want to use my platform to put out a negative stereotype, a negative narrative that will further damage people and damage the relationship these two countries. And that's why I'm telling African Queen that this information she's putting out is wrong. 140 something fake doctors is wrong. It's a lie. So yeah, sorry to rant. I just had to. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Hello, yes, we are here.
Yeah, that's what I had to say to C-Ray, because he was trying to say, oh, we have to mend each other. That's what we are here to do, build our country, build South Africa. I've always been a big fan, I've said the good things about South Africa. I love South Africa. I've been a what's it called, a well-meaning migrant, and I know a lot of people are. So negative stereotype is something we don't want to, bet more of such. It won't be fair, and I feel it's not fair.
Yes. Olivia, what I want to say to you, my intention was not to paint people with the wrong color that they are not.
You are educated, you African Queen, but an uneducated person, you know how to sieve it out in your mind now. But you don't, but someone else does not have the emotional intelligence to sieve it out. Some people are not educated, some are not enlightened. Because you are enlightened and you know how to differentiate these things doesn't mean that someone else that is not enlightened knows how to differentiate it. That's why we have to be careful of information we put out, because people, grasp this information in different ways and people process it differently. I may have the emotional intelligence to say, oh no, she's talking about only this one, but an average person that may not be that enlightened will say, oh, is it a Nigerian? No, this one is fake. After the person has suffered to go through medical school, after the person has suffered to even become a specialist. That's the point.
I hear your point, but I think we are all aware that in any beautiful packet of potatoes, there is a rotten one. So I thought we are talking about.
No, they are. Yes, they are. Nobody should misunderstand. They are rotten ones, but the point is roping the whole thing on a certain nationality. It's not fair.
When SARS started,
when they say that 140 something we are found in South Africa, but you're trying to say that it's from Nigerians, and you added Congolese, but mainly Nigerians, because we are talking about Nigerians. No, that's not good. That's not true.
I don't know. Maybe I'm hard-headed because
you're hard-headed. I know.
Because you have played the recording, and then I said, when I mentioned that amount, I spoke about the doctors and the lectures. So it seems as if up until now it doesn't sink. I'll just leave it as it is. I'm done.
African Queen, we at this one maybe we may not. agree on this one. It's possible we may not agree on this topic. We may agree on others, okay? But remember that what we are looking at, we are facts that we are, you said you were going to post the ones you have, which we've not seen yet. Maybe when we see those ones, we can now come and change our mind. But for the ones we have seen so far, that information does not. Yeah, you just mentioned, yeah, lecturers, but anyway, it's okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone have
Let's
any?
leave it there. Yeah. And then
Can I?
as the brother that was here, that we need to build the bridges. And if you remember, I said, let's build the bridges, but I appreciate the bridges that are built on a clean slate. So if we can be honest with each other, so that it can, because once I'm honest with you, it's easy for you to trust me. But if there's dishonesty, that's where I normally pull back and just shut the curtains.
Yeah, that's more,
Yes.
that's the essence of those things. We want to be honest with each other, but we don't want to further spread false narrative that will make people not to even trust each other again. Nigerians have issues with South Africans or every people in the world saying they are drug people, but maybe there are 1% of Nigerians doing drugs. I don't know. I don't mention these words because YouTube doesn't like, but I'll just say it. And now, if we want to start roping more on, it becomes difficult for people like us to walk in the street, and that's not what I want, because I know how well-meaning a lot of us are. That's the truth. That's the fact. I'm not saying that they are not negative people doing negative things. I'm not saying that they are not we will build each other, we will build relationship, but we want to build it with trust and love, but we don't want to build it with staying in our heart and say, okay, although they say I should have something to do with these people, but I hear they are like this. No. Anyway, somebody wanted to say something. You guys should say what
Uh,
you want to say. If it's me, an
okay.
African queen, I'm sure nobody's
Okay.
backing down. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just want. There's something that African Queen reminds me when is talking about building bridges. The way my principle in life and my nature, the nature of me, I don't dwell that much and share negative energy, into spaces and people, because of it become a poison. I'm more interested into building, So this reminds me about the former freedom fighters, our stalwarts. I think they wanted to make it different. They wanted to make a better Africa. So unfortunately, most of them are off late, and may their soul rest in peace. What they did, they have extended a hand of empathy to our fellow African brothers and sisters, hoping to make a difference in their lives too. And hosting fellow Africans in our country was an act of mercy and empathy, because we know our plights are the same. We suffer the same fate as African continent, And unfortunately, we are very different in socialization. And we will never understand each other, maybe, except by trying to learn from one another. That is what's important.
Yeah.
Good things in Nigeria and other African.
Sorry, that's network.
Forwardly, so that we can build. If you can learn to detach and refrain from the negative ideas that doesn't take us forward, our potential to grow, it cannot. We cannot, but we do have the potential to growth, and it can be imminent. So economic and social growth, that is what we want, instead of putting negative energy to the wrong places. Yeah, that is what I'm just sharing this or saying this out of the issue of building bridges you know. But it's fine. And as African Queen have said, it's also not that it's inappropriate to say we should do that in a clean slate. It's okay. It's fine. Yes, if you want to plow, you need to take out the weeds. You know, to work on the ground. You need to take out the weeds first, and the other things that are not necessary, and then you can plant. It's okay. But we should be careful when we do that. That I don't do it in hate and hurt you, because of you're already hurt. Nigeria is already hurt, so they don't need South Africans to add the hurt. You know, same as South Africans, we are also hurt. We don't expect the other African countries to add fuel, more fire to what we are also suffering from. You know, so these are the things that we should be careful, because of we are the same. We are in the same continent, and it's a pity we are all black people. But for sure, yes, as she has indicated, we need to go forward and try to build these bridges, you know, by tolerating. What is important is to try to tolerate. If you can tolerate each other, I think that's a good platform. Yes, that's my take. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you so much.
I
Well
couldn't
said.
agree with you, my brother. You've put it so well. I think the sooner we realize, the fact that we are all children of the same parents, as Africans, I think the better, and we should definitely look at the bigger picture. And that's why Africans across the world, nowhere, are we wanted, as people. Wherever we go, no one wants to be close to us
Exactly.
or be with us. Why? Because of we ourselves don't like each other. We can't get
True.
along, you know? So I think it starts with us. The sooner we start realizing that we've got so much. Yes, there have been kids that have lost their lives because of all, the things that included drugs. We could blame Nigerians, we could blame this one. But at the end of the day, we definitely need to sit down, as children of the same parent, come up with a way and work towards, achieving the same goal, which is, claiming our status back, as the greatest race in this entire world. Otherwise,
Exactly.
without this unity, we'll never get to where we need to get to. Thank you.
Well said, Siri. Thank you so much. Well said, Sabza. Honestly,
Hey,
you guys have spoken well. African Queen, your opinion obviously is not invalid. It's valid, okay? Thank you. Well said, everyone. It's all about unity and love. I always tell people that I come and make YouTube videos just because I saw a need to, for unity. That's how I started. I started by explaining the cultures, explaining how the similarities and the differences between these two African countries. That's how I started. So it's this platform is built from love, genuine love and concern towards Africa. But apparently, it looks like some Africans do not even want Africans to unite. We are the only black race in the world, and yet, I don't know. I don't want to, go further, but we are the only black race, and we don't seem to agree. We don't seem to want each other. That's why there's danger. We are trying to mend the relationship. We don't want to further strain the relationship. And what will strain the relationship is people thinking that, oh, these ones are here to do this to us. Why? Look at what somebody said. Who said this? Is it David? They say that last attack, xenophobic attack on Nigerian shops and business in SA was fueled by false narrative. This is what false narrative can do. That a Nigerian sold powder to a kid who died at taxi rank in Pretoria, why it was a Tanzanian. I don't know this story. I don't know. I don't. But the point is that false narrative can do a lot of harm to us, to our society, to our already broken relationship that we are trying to mend. That's why if we see a loophole where, oh, this person is giving information that it doesn't seem to be true. That's why we are here to, African Queen. So the point is that, as we have said, let's leave it at that. But I will use this platform to say that no, that information, nobody, no, it's not true until I see more informations that can speak to it, that 140 something doctors in Nigeria, from Nigeria in South Africa, are in prison due to fake papers, not papers, fake certificates. Anyway, that's where I want to draw the curtain, guys. Anyone has any closing word? 1 minute each, then we can call it a day.
Let me just drop my last message.
Mhm.
Basically, Olivia, I chose your platform because I know that I normally choose my vibration. That's why
Okay.
I decided to follow
And I
you.
appreciate you. I will also use this opportunity to say, even if we don't agree on this, peradventure, eventually, if we don't, I will still appreciate you, because I know you are well-meaning and you're sane and you're calm-headed, although you're stubborn. Like me, somehow,
I
though it's like my stubbornness is learning where your own is. But however, I appreciate. Yes, I'll put it out there.
No,
Yeah,
we
go on.
just butting heads. But if something needs to be corrected, that's why that I say I will go to my own corner and try and check the information so that we can all share.
Okay.
That's why I ask your email address. And then I'm very, very intentional about what I share and what about I say. So if it's gonna be looked as something that is conflicting or causing havoc, that's not my intention. That's
Okay.
not my intention. I don't have any ills. I've never been wronged by the people from Nigeria. I was just put the things that are out there so that people will understand when we discuss issues. Because when we do the discussions, I prefer that we can be honest to each other so that it can be easy, even the people who are looking at us or following us, to understand where we are going to. Because to 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 be able to swallow a huge crowd that you don't even know what is their intention, that's where the problem is. But when few people build a certain thing that can be extended and be embraced by a lot of us, it gets started by one or two people.
Sorry,
As
let
you
me say something. You guys should please thumbs up on the live stream, please. I have not said to thumbs up. Nobody's thumbsing up. Please, let's thumbs up and share this video if you can. Yeah, and there's also super chat if you want. People, I'm just talking. My saliva is dry. You people don't give super chat on YouTube. Anyway, yeah, please thumbs up on the live stream, please. That would be appreciated. Yeah, go on, African Queen.
Yeah, I think I will learn from there. I'll learn there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And if you bring the informations, and Samsa and I will look at it, okay, and we'll also decide to, obviously, and any day we want to reconverge, if we find the need to, we will definitely send you an email so you'll be part of it, okay? But
I'll absolutely do that. What I'll send it to you because I've asked Sabza to send me the
okay,
email.
send me. I'll send it to Samsa. I have his email address. So
Okay, cool.
Samsa,
I've
what's your
also I've also posted it. I've also posted it in the comment section.
I'm sure I've
okay?
missed it.
I didn't
Yes,
see it also, Sabza. I can pin it if you post it again. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. It's there.
Yeah.
Let me check it. Um,
So I really
okay.
appreciate each and every one of you. If anybody has anything that you think is this platform worthy for us to discuss, always send me an email on. I'll pin my email address here, okay, so that it's all about lifting each other up. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for negative vibes. So that's if you
Okay.
have anything you think we can discuss,
Okay.
please, yeah.
I've I've also republished it again.
Okay, let me see if I have it. Where is it?
I
On
can't
on the
see it.
bottom. On the bottom. You
Sabs,
still
are you
cannot see it.
sure it's being seen? No, nobody is seeing it though.
No, I
Nobody
can
is seeing
see.
your own chat.
We'll put it on the private chat then, Sabza, because on the comment it's not there. I can only see Olivia's message, but yours, there's nothing after Olivia.
Yeah.
After which one? Thanks everyone is
Yes.
Yeah, nothing after my chat.
Okay,
Do
let
you?
me, or maybe, but how come it's
Oh, thank you so much, Adi, for the super chat. I appreciate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, guys, give me a super chat too.
okay?
You
Let
know,
me
this my
just do
platform.
the
Yeah,
Olivia.
yeah.
I think you can share it to. You've got mine. Share it
Yes,
to.
African Queen. You send me an email. You saw my email address, right? Do you
Yeah,
have it?
the
Yes.
Nonto one. Yeah, I've
I
got
will
it.
share. I will share his email address to you. Because
Okay,
I
it's
think
fine.
he's on the backstage, he's this thing, what's it called, is not being seen. All his chats are not visible, and I don't seem to even see it myself. Yeah,
But I don't
I
even
can't see
Oh,
see
it.
it on private chat. It's okay. We'll work it out.
Thank you, Adi, for the super
yeah.
chat. I appreciate you. God bless you. God bless
Oh,
you.
okay. But I
Please,
can see everything. I can even see the Aduke's supercharge. You know.
really? No,
Yes,
but
I
can
can
Maybe
anyone
see.
put
see
it
his
on
chat? Nobody
private.
can see yours, honestly.
Is it?
Honestly.
You put it
Yeah.
on
Oh,
private, Sabza. I can't see it either. Because after
okay. It's fine.
Olivia's message, that's the super sticker one. Yours, it's
Yeah.
not
Okay.
there. It's fine. We'll sort it out later.
Yes, it's fine. Olivia, I've got mine. I think it's okay.
Yes, I have
Okay,
his email.
maybe for my part to, because I also need to go, and we
Okay.
don't have electricity here. I'm using the
Oh,
battery. And
we
it's
have
dying.
also been going through that. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Where are
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
fine.
staying where there's load shedding? The last time we see load shedding was before
Yeah,
elections.
really, we've been
No,
having load shedding here. I don't know if it's
i-
load shedding. We've had
I'm not.
terrible
I'm,
electricity.
I'm not quite sure whether it's load shedding here. I'm in
Doesn't
Joburg.
seem to be load
I'm
shedding.
in I'm in Joburg. I'm in Brakpan.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm in
Israel.
Rustenburg, of course. Even in town, throughout yesterday, there was no electricity in
Mm,
town, in CBD areas, throughout, and I hear
mm.
it's not yet back. Yeah, we had it, we've
But
been
I don't
having it
think.
since last month.
Yeah, I
Oh,
No
don't
it's
water.
think
something
it's
is
load
getting
shedding.
fixed.
I think it has to do with this reduction stuff. You know, municipalities have these programs of reductions. You know, beside load shedding, the national
But didn't they say it's water?
Yeah, we
maybe
also have water shortage also.
yeah,
I don't know if it's because of the so much mines here.
maybe.
This town kind of is a heavy usage kind town because of the mines and all that. So, oh,
Mm,
Chimma, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate. So we use a lot of electricity, and I don't know. So the ration, when it comes to load shedding, we are affected more. When it comes to water reduction or water mining or what we are. So we've also been affected, going through the water issue. Even yesterday, we didn't have water, but it goes and comes anyway. Sometimes it goes for 24 hours, then they bring it back. But I'm sure they will
mm.
fix it. So
Yeah,
sorry,
Okay,
Sabza.
okay,
Thank you,
yeah.
Chima, for the super chat. Thank you, Adi, for the super chat. I really appreciate. So yeah, well said. We'll converge again on is it on Tuesday or maybe Monday, Tuesday on, and we have a lot of things to talk about with Sabza. We have topics to bring to you guys. So yeah, please join us
let's
again,
make it
everyone.
on Tuesday. I will be busy on Monday, Olivia.
All right. Okay. I'm actually more busy on Mondays. Yeah, Tuesdays is mostly convenient for me with, so maybe Tuesday, we'll do it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay, thank you.
in conclusion, on my side, related to this topic that we have been discussing here, for one, I think public awareness is important. Because the ones who are affected is let alone the image of the profession, especially the foreign nationals, but
Exactly.
the public on its own, it also suffers a lot. So, but public awareness is important, educating people to be aware of the spread of this act, and to empower them on what to take note of, and for an example, just to be cautious of any suspicions, to make it a habit to check or even demand to see the displayed practice certificate if if not displayed anywhere. So if the doctor's on the authenticity is questionable, just take the practice number and search further whether he or she is a legit doctor or not. So secondly, So those who have any information related to such matters, please let them report it to authorities. Let's just say I've been able to see that there's someone, that is playing foul. Don't keep quiet. Even though we are constantly discouraged by the unfruitful response from those who are supposed to enforce the laws, but we should continue to do the right thing. Nevertheless, that's all. That's my take. Okay.
Yeah, well said. Honestly, yeah. Anything negative, illegality should not be condoned, should not
Mm.
be accepted. I keep saying that when I talk about Nigeria, I talk about Nigeria in the sense that if we did not start accepting some things that was being meted to us by our leaders, maybe we wouldn't be where we are today. So, yes, the people should not accept anything illegal. We should continue to speak against it. We should continue to, reject it and resist it, kind of. Oh, I'm having trouble connecting. Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you, Olivia. I
Okay,
can
you
hear
Yeah,
you.
we
can hear
can
me.
hear you, Olivia.
Okay, so we should continue to reject and resist illegality and find a ways, find a ways to. That is why platforms like this we talk about. Remember, we are not scared to talk about things that are not of importance to our community. That's not everyone should understand that we are not scared. I'm never scared to talk about, so long as I'm not hurting anyone, I'm not insulting anyone, I'm not scared to. However, it's just for us to put out appropriate information that will not, strain people. That's the point. But we'll keep talking about things that are difficult, things that people are shying away from talking about. We will, talk about it in a respectful manner as always, in a calm, manner as always. And yeah, that's the only way we think we can. But let's promote love more. Yeah, let's promote love and not hate. Yeah, that's what I
I
think.
think sorry, Olivia. I think now I put my email address on a private chat. Now I think now everyone can see me.
Yeah, I can see it.
Can you see it? Okay, then
Yeah,
my chat is hanging. Okay, I can't see anything.
I can
Can you see
see
it
it.
now?
Thanks, Sabza.
Yeah, I want to post it. It says having trouble connecting. Check your internet connection. My internet is hanging on the chat. Can't seem to. But can anyone hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, but my chat is not going. I didn't even see it. All right, Sabza. I was going to. Okay, you got it now, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Okay, guys, thank you. Please subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Comment, share, like, give this video a thumbs up, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, C Ray.
Thanks.
Thank you. I
Thank you,
appreciate you.
No, it's always a
Thank you,
pleasure,
Sabza.
Olivia.
Thank you, African Queen, as always. Thank
Thank you, my
you,
dear.
cherished Olivia. Thank you to me. Thank you, Beauty. Beauty came up. Thank you so much, Beauty, for all your contributions to the love. Thank you, Chimma Francheri. Thank you, Adi Beke, for giving me that super chat, $10. That's a lot of money in South African rands. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Share this video, comment, subscribe, like, and we'll draw the curtain here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.